Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another Tuesday night with oxygen not included. We're back in the inescapable space prison, hoping to escape the inescapable, I guess. we're gradually making progress in growing out our colony here in the Rocketry upgrade, which is still in the beta branch currently, but will be in the core part of the game come this Thursday when they make that transition over. But we're kind of building up slowly and trying to get to the point where we can launch a rocket into outer space. Now, that's very late game stuff. There's a lot of stuff we have to do to set up the colony before we can ever even consider starting to build out things toward rocketry. Specifically since I think we need a bunch of stuff like steel and what have you, which of course takes quite a bit of ore, and then also we have to use eggshells and stuff to kind of create that. So lots of work to do, but so far our colony's been doing fairly well. Food's in a half-decent place. We have 18 duplicants. I'm going to grow that number, so we're going to increase the number of duplicants. I don't know if we'll get to it today, though. Kind of have a lot of stuff to do today. I think I'm going to try and get some exosuits working today. We'll start drilling downwards, down this way here, and we'll see if we can try and find things like maybe tap into some oil. It'd be nice to maybe get started on some stuff for a ranch. Over here would actually be a really good spot for a puffed ranch because it's already kind of hollowed out here. So we could sort of fill this in a little bit and turn it into a puffed ranch. That'd be really handy. But welcome everyone who's here in the stream so far. As always, I'm looking forward to playing tonight. See what kind of progress we can make. We'll see how it all goes. And hopefully we'll manage to get through it all without too many duplicate deaths. I say too many because some days it feels like 0 duplicate deaths is a little bit too much to hope for. I am also going to try and do something to start to control our carbon, or our CO2 rather. So we're going to put a carbon skimmer in. There's not really all that much in here. However, if you look at our gas overlay, we have really good oxygen supply at the top, and as it presses the CO2 down towards the bottom layer of things is getting maybe a little bit more carbon dioxide than I'd like. So I'm going to set up our carbon skimmer in here, and that's going to just be set up so that we can kind of cycle things through a sieve automatically. If I can, actually, I should probably make sure I have enough space for this, because this is going to make polluted water, and we don't want to then purify that. We'll see how all that goes. One day until the good old update comes out. Yeah, it's actually Thursdays that it comes out, so it's on Tuesday, so you won't see this until Thursday. It sort of rounds off the days, unfortunately, so it's not necessarily super accurate. Something else I would like to do today is try to set up. We'll set up another schedule for our duplicants so that they're not all on just 2 schedules, so we can kind of spread things out a little bit that way. Dig in over here so we can fit this in. Need a water sieve right here. And then I'm going to put like a gaseous element sensor in here, and this will detect when there's CO2, and when there's CO2, this will turn on, it'll kind of scrub, and then it'll turn off when there isn't any CO2. I mean, it should be fairly straightforward, I think. You want to go to space? Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the point where we have rockets again. We toyed around with them at the point of the initial update on the beta branch, just so we could kind of see what kind of stuff we were going to have to work with and what it would look like. But it's really, really late game stuff. Like, you've got to build a pretty significant colony and produce a lot of resources if you're going to play the game the way it's meant to be played, anyway. And try to get there. Okay, so let's tap into the water line over here. We'll supply this with some incoming water. This outgoing water is also going to go into the same line, and then like so. And then, of course, we'll need to hook that up to our power supply also. Now, I got to take a look at our power grid and see what I have on what. So we have a completely separate line going to our jukebot, because that takes so much power. It's like 960 watts. This line here is coming down. It's running this pump and this sieve over here. So we should actually have plenty of power on this particular branch in order to manage this. So we'll run it down and into here, I guess. Just make all this out of gold. Get all that hooked up. And then we're going to need something in the automation. So we need a gaseous sensor. Gaseous element sensor. There we go. I'm going to set that, say, like right here. And we'll connect it up by automation wire down to our carbon skimmer. And we'll set that for CO2. So it'll turn on when there's CO2, and it'll turn off when there is no CO2. And I think that should kind of take care of it. Here for Short Tame. Thanks for the mention in the 2 point. Hey, TGP. How you doing? I see you changed your name on here. Shortened it up a little bit. Yeah, your hospital is doing significantly better than mine on 2 point hospital. I think you might have put it a little more time into the game than I have yet, too, though. In all fairness. Okay, we should probably actually set this to do some more refined metals too, because I haven't been producing a ton of them. We're going to need more. The big question here is going to be, where should I put our exosuits? If we're gonna need some that can go upward. So I think we're gonna actually wind up needing 2 different exosuit bays. And I'm probably gonna want to have them set up in a place where the ones that go up top don't go down bottom. The ones that go down bottom can't go up top. That because we ran into that problem before. We had them connected where they could go through, and then they could come in back a different way. And they were constantly leaving the suits in weird places, and then it was really hard to kind of manage it that way. But what's with the medic deal? Has this preview been fully released yet? No, it won't be out until Thursday. So on Thursday is when it'll be part of the core game. So if you'd like to wait until that time, then it's on Thursday you'll be able to play that. Let's see, what do we want to do next? So, Renewable Energies, BDS Empire. Hooray for more adventures in Duplan. Thanks for the super chat, BDS. Appreciate that. Solid transport we can do. Smelting. We're going to need smelting at some point. Liquid tuning and precision plumbing to get the espresso machine. We're not ready for that yet. We're going to need to set up a farm for some Pincha peppernuts. Catalytics. That's for the oxalate refinery. We're not really worried about that. Transit tubes. We don't have plastics yet. Home luxuries again. We don't have plastics. I think I'm going to go with some of this fossil fuel stuff. Valve miniaturization, etc. We need plastics for a bunch of things, but this will give me access to what I need in order to produce that, so we can produce the plastics once we get a hold of the oil. Of course, the oil we have to turn to petroleum, and then the petroleum we can turn into plastics, but... did I see turmoil? Talking to me or somebody else? You always get worried when you see idle dupes. Oh yeah, there's a lot of idle dupes here right now. The thing is, like, we're breaking in far more duplicates into the colony than are really realistically necessary. But that's okay. I think over here I'm gonna cover this over, and I think this is where we're gonna put our one exosuit dock. So they'll come down. Unfortunately, they're gonna go through some CO2 in order to get in there, but they'll come down to this level. And then we'll have an exit point here so we can go out. I want to create a way to go down from here. And then also start to create a bit of a farm over here. This is actually really inconveniently placed, this tasteful memorial we built. I also need to try and build a hatch farm of some form. And I was kind of thinking I might put it in here. My only concern is it's really close to this cool steam vent, so things are going to get a little warm there. Despite the name, those places are really not all that cool. Alright, build a floor right across here. We'll just seal all that water in. Actually, we might as well. We'll deconstruct the ladder that's here also, because we just really don't need this. And we get something to start digging this out too. Food shortage. Oh my gosh, we're down to 16,000 kilocalories. What happened? We went from 45 to 16. Nobody's stressed, so obviously no one was binge eating. And it's stored in CO2, so there's no chance that it spoiled. They must have just consumed a lot of food, like, super fast. It's like 3 cycles worth of food they just consumed. That's weird. Maybe 2 cycles worth. Look through every single thing that came up when you search for Clay Entertainment on YouTube. I only find one called Clay Entertainment. Yeah, there is only one called Clay Entertainment. Are you talking about, like, their channel or whatever? Bear in mind that if you're doing like a search and someone's created a channel that they've called Clay Entertainment, which is a copy of the real one. Oh, this needs power. Which is a copy of the real one. It's not going to show up in search results because it doesn't have any search authority. So we're trying to try and farm sleetweed at all, or does the cooling the water dirt take too much? You know, I don't know. I think for the most part, you're almost better just to harvest sleetweed in the wild. It is really kind of a hassle because you have to cool the water to the point where it's cold enough to feed it in, but you don't want to make it too cold, or you wind up freezing it, and then that causes a different problem. So personally, I don't really bother trying to farm sleetweed too much. Not to say that's a must-have or must-do type of situation. Everyone can play the game differently, but I tend not to do it. Okay, let's dig all this out. Alright, so over here we're going to do another little CO2 lock. Like so. And then in the middle there. Okay, so over here is where we're going to put our exosuits. And then the CO2 will keep this blocked in, so even though we're going to produce a whole bunch of polluted oxygen on this side, it's not really going to come out over here. We're also going to get access to a bunch of Duskcaps as we kind of dig out here. We should probably look at trying to have a Duskcap farm. I don't know where I'm going to locate it, though, because it requires certain temperature conditions. And plus the presence of CO2 in order to grow the Duskcaps, so that could present some challenges. Balmer, $2 super chat. First time watching live, and a super chat from Lucas Souza as well. Thanks for the super chat, everyone. Welcome, Balmer, to your first stream. Glad you're able to join us. Let's dig this out here. It's a good thing we set up this oxygen system early because we ran out of algae at one point. We're down to only like 979 kilograms. That's stuff that I just harvested. Okay, so in stations is where we're going to find access to our wonderful exosuit checkpoint and everything. So we're going to put this here. I think we'll just start off with... We'll set the dock up for four exosuits currently. I may end up changing that and getting more later, but we'll see how that goes. J-Box for the super chat, 99 cents. Thanks, J-Box. Appreciate that. Do you need plastics to make the new storage containers? I'm curious how early you can start pumping water into one. That is a good question. Let's just take a look. They're pretty far along in the research tree. So if we check this out here, the new storage containers are over here at industrial storage. I mean, it takes quite a bit to get all the way over there. I haven't got them researched yet, so I can't check the building requirements in them. But once we get those researched, we can take a look. I have a feeling it might require plastics just based on how far it is in the tree. But I haven't really checked. All right, we'll run this over here. We're going to split the line in two. Like this. Two of them will go to the far suits. Two of them will go to the close suits. And then what this will do is it'll make sure that each one gets 25%. Because it splits in half and then half each subsequent time. So that's good there. How are we doing on power here? This line here is only running the massage tables, which really aren't getting much use. Supercomputers and stuff. Pumps. All right, so this line here should be fine to supply the suits for power also. Perfect. Am I gonna do a bristle blossom farm? I'm not sure. Maybe. So we do have a geyser over here that's producing water. It doesn't really seem to be producing like really high quantities of water though. Bristle blossoms unfortunately do tend to take quite a bit of water, so I don't know. We'll see. It's better food technically than the meal ice, and especially if we're gonna move up into the higher tier jobs, we're really gonna need to improve on the food because food and decor are like your two biggest things for driving morale benefits. If we can get that high quality food, you can get a pretty significant benefit on it from morale. So it would be good to be able to move up there, but I don't know whether that's going to wind up being frost buns or barbecue or something we're going to do at that point. But we'll see. Disable this. I put the suit in. Oh, of course I put it in wrong. Good job, guys. Let's deconstruct that. We'll turn it around the right way. All right, back to the stations. Exosuit checkpoint. We got to flip around the other side. There we go. Yeah, I had my exosuit checkpoint back. I wasn't looking at the arrow when I put it down. Your dirt would last a lot longer if you grow like 10 blossoms and some peppernuts. It would, yeah. I mean, right now, I have with 18 duplicates, I can't really afford to just swap this out. We are going to need another farm going though, because you're right. We do have an issue soon with where food's concerned. We need to get either mushrooms going or Pincha peppernuts, because if we look at our cultivatable soil, we still have 136 tons of dirt, but that is going to run out. I mean, we're only on cycle 57, so we are definitely going to want to swap that over. Food's the brink of starvation. It is, yeah. We're sort of hovering at that point. They're keeping up with it right now. But you're right, it's not really in the best spot right now. In fact, I should probably, we have a lot of duplicates. I should probably think about getting some of them started on some farming for some Duskcaps. I mean, we might even be able to, like, if I look at, there's a lot of CO2 over here. I might be able to take a pump, move the CO2 over to this side. If I hollow this out a bit, we might be able to build a multi-tiered farm on this side of things. My only concern is the amount of germs that they're going to be dealing with. So if they're going to have that, I should probably put some sort of a sink system or something in here. This is all clean oxygen, polluted oxygen. Oh look, we got more eggs, more tropical fish. I'd like to be able to trap those too, but I think we need plastics to be able to do that. Boogie down. In late game, you can use liquid chlorine to grow grass. Yeah, there is that. So there's the gas grass or whatever. That's for the moo things though. The gassy moos. Oh, this is set up here. What's going on? Oh, I don't have this set. Okay, so we're searching for carbon dioxide. Check our liquids here. There we go. Just gonna let it fill up a little bit here. We're gonna prime the pump a little bit, and then we can switch this off just by disconnecting it. It's taking priority feed off of the regular incoming line first here. All right, let's break it right here actually. Deconstruct that. Hopefully we have enough water in the system now that it can continue to circulate. Food shortage. Yeah, it's hovering like right on that line. We can't bring in more duplicates until we get a better food supply. Slime's a noble resource. It is to a degree, yep. So if we, well, actually, I was thinking, I was just talking about building over here and trying to have our Duskcap farm over there, but maybe I should be thinking about having it over here where it's closer to our puffs. Just gotta be conscious of the temperature. I mean, here we have a Bizolite, which helps insulate, so that's not bad. So if I hollowed this out, I could build like a Duskcap farm here, and then build a little ranch here for the puffs right next to it. That might actually be really handy. Really been enjoying your 2-Point Hospital videos. Have you been having fun playing it? Yeah, it's a good game. I enjoy that. It's fun. I get a kick out of like the wacky sense of humor they have in the game, the cartoony kind of illnesses and all that kind of stuff. It's good times. So many good games. All right, so these are set, but we don't have a suit yet. So I'm gonna try and make use of what space we have. We'll build some exosuits out in the stinky land out here. Stations. Oh, Exosuit Forge needs more refined materials, so we're gonna have to make some more refined gold, I guess. Need to get that working. Where am I sending all the water to exactly? Well, it depends. So I have it going to a couple different places. So the water's getting pumped out of here, and it's going into these to produce oxygen. There's a second line that goes up here, and it sends water up to our cooking stations. Now, we're not really using this water bottler too much, so it's not really consuming a lot. But I just created like a little tiny spot here for it to draw water out of. And then on this side over here, we had water pumping up into our bathroom plumbing system. However, we're not really feeding that with water anymore. It's self-supporting. So there's really only a little bit of water movement going on. This is also its own closed little loop, so it's going to run kind of indefinitely on its own water supply. It doesn't need any more either. Buff Secrete Slime, what shrooms need? That's right. That's why I was just kind of having a second thought and thinking maybe I should build it down here. They also need CO2, so I'm gonna need to tap into the CO2 and send it over there. I can probably just pump some out onto this side of things, but we have to get it all sealed in first. We'll take this polluted water. We can send it somewhere also, even if we just clean it and send it somewhere. That would be useful. But first, these guys have got to get busy making the Exosuit Forge, which I was going to make, and then I just got totally distracted because I didn't have enough resources. Stations. How much refined gold have I got? Raw metal, refined metal. 100 kilograms. I need 400. Come on, guys, get to work. I know there's no oxygen out there, but hold your breath. Do something. You feel like cooking with 4 degrees Celsius water isn't okay? Why? I mean, yeah, realistically, if you want to bring it to a boil, you got to get up to 100 degrees. The water that we're sitting over here, though, isn't 40 degrees, though. This water here is, like, 25 degrees. The reason I'm not using this water directly is because it's germy. We got... Somebody peed in here a while ago. So it's got some food poisoning germs in there. Good times in that. Dude, I'm gonna skip mushrooms. You should build blossoms farms ASAP and then make shrooms. Well, yeah, I mean, the trouble with the blossoms, again, is it takes fresh water. So I need very, very special conditions around temperature for the blossoms, and then we also need fresh water for them. So down here, I can tap into this, and I can build mushrooms, and I don't have to worry about doing anything to kind of terraform the temperature, because it's already their natural environment. Hey, button punching. So what I'm thinking is, like, right in here is where we can build a multi-layer mushroom farm in here. We go into food, grab our farm tiles. We obviously want to have enough space in here that we can do little fertilizer setups. So say, like, this is our first little farm space here. And then I'm going to do something with this water first, because it's just going to be in the way. I think what I'll do is I'll cut the water loose, and we'll let it go down here. We can use that as the polluted oxygen that's needed to feed our puffs. In the meantime, we could build, like... actually, if I go to food here, I don't need as much space on this second one. Like this. There's apparently a plant growing there, so I can't do anything about that. Oh wait, this is gotta be open in some way. So this one here will have to be canceled. So like that kind of thing. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's a pneumatic door or a mechanized airlock. We can put that on there, I guess. They don't need a way to get down to the bottom level, though, so I guess I am going to need a door down here. So I'll throw a mechanized airlock in here. Also, let's dig this out. And then we can put a tile in there. So this will be a relatively small farm, actually, all things considered. We'll have to get rid of the oxygen and the stuff that's in there, because we're going to need to replace it with CO2, but that's okay. How's that variable height dust treating you? Great. I was actually using it again today. So I work at home a lot. So it gives me the opportunity when I'm working to stand up. So I had like some conference calls and things. So it's nice to be able to stand up and move around, but still have my computer at a height that I can work on it. So I raise the desk up for that. Or if I'm just working on spreadsheets for a long time, I like to take a break and stand up with it. That kind of thing. It's been really handy. Super useful. Anthrodesk has been fantastic. I highly recommend looking into a stand-up desk if you don't have one already and you're sort of interested in being able to move around a little bit that way, because it's been pretty awesome. There's a DLC for Subnautica coming in early 2019. Below Zero. Will I play it? Yeah, I definitely will play that. I really enjoyed Subnautica. You know what? I never actually finished the final content of the game, but I did play the game a lot as it was sort of developing. Oh, this needs to be disabled. That's when they're not. That's why they're not go down there digging for me. Should I put the eggs? I don't know. I'm a little torn about where I should put this Exosuit forge. Yeah, we'll put up top here where things are hot and gross already. Some stations, Exosuit forge. Yeah, there is enough room here. You know what? I'm gonna stick it up top here. This way I can also tap it into the heavy watt wire, and it won't have to draw on any of our main sources of power. Could have put those doors one tile higher. Which ones? In here, you mean? So that they have like a step down into the... It's not really going to matter. Once I fill this up with CO2, they're going to be outside here in an exosuit anyway. So ultimately, it shouldn't make a difference. Oh, we're also going to need in here the station for farming, the farm station. Oh, I got to dig that up, though. Got to dig it up. This ladder will have to go up here because we're going to provide a way for them to get up here to go across into the farm area that we're going to have our puffs in. I ran down there and then just stood there. He's like, I'm not going to mind. I'm just hanging out down here. It's fine. Don't worry about me. Love it, man. Good vibes from the UK. Coming all the way to you in Canada. I know Canada, but for Canada. Hey, Mr. Guru. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Welcome in the UK. No, floor space? Plug it right in the grid? Which, what do you mean? Plug what right in the grid? We have so many of these little hatches running around. I need to gather those up. I've been saying that since really early on, that I really need to get that taken care of. Greenhouse is 96 tiles. I might actually be able to make a third level to this farm. Hashtag Team Voltron took CPs of all the super chats, so we'll catch up on the purples and for Discordia CP. Oh, nice. Thanks, Polani. Appreciate you tackling all that. Okay, these guys are out here harvesting when I don't really want them in the slime yet. That's not so great. Maybe we'll turn this back on for now. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm actually going to need to get out here early to get a hold of some of this thimbleweed fiber. Otherwise, we're not even going to be able to make exosuits because I haven't shaved any Dreckos. We don't have any. I don't have a Drecko farm set up. And we could actually do that over here. All right, maybe that should be priority one. Is worry about the Dreckos because I can't do anything without them. A little stair over here. This is gonna be a little warm over here, unfortunately. Over on this side, I think is where we'll grow. We'll grow some Pincha pepper plants when we get those set up. Hopefully, we can get a Drecko farm set up over here. Should be good. Open the hatch door. Which hatch door? The Young tile is gonna keep it from being one room. What, this one here? Or this one over here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was just a misclick. I mean, I don't really want them working out of here anyway. What are you doing? Why are you in the slime? Get out of the slime. Ooh, actually, this is closed off in here. What I should do is use this water area to store my slime in. If they go in here, we can throw a little ladder in here. And I can build storage containers under the water, and we can put the slime in here so it doesn't off-gas. That'll be handy. And it's all closed off, so I don't really have to worry about germs and stuff either. I'm afraid I can't do that, Meep. They're all asleep again. Oh, you know what I also wanted to do? So we've been running on 2 schedules here so far. Actually 3, I guess, if you count Voltron, because they're on their own separate one. So I would actually like to get some more schedules set up for them to be on, so that we can try to separate our duplicate time a little bit better. There's no reason with the number of duplicates we have not to do it, so I might as well. I don't know who I'm going to put on specifically which shifts, but at least if we can shift things like bathroom times and break times, that will sort of help out. So I'm thinking that, like, if we put our bathroom time into like a totally different time slot, and if we move the sleeping over, so we grab our downtime and shift it over here, we need 3 tiles for sleeping. So if we go like so, we can get them on a slightly different cycle from everybody else. Oh, make this bedtime rather. And then that'll kind of break up their bathroom time. We have like 3 schedules now, but we can actually start to put more duplicates on this secondary one. Dualfin. And then this is gonna be the tricky part. We have so many names up here. So if we go Caleb, Brosif, Lucas and Durgan. We'll put them on this schedule. Where's Brosif? There's Durgan. Caleb. Lucas, I think, right? Is that what I said? Lucas and Brosif. Man, the names change around when you click in here. They're not always in the same order. It's so weird. So we have 4 duplicants there. We have 7 duplicants there. And we have 6 duplicants there. And then Voltron's on their own special schedule because they have a triple downtime break, which actually gives them an additional boost to their morale, which is kind of handy. Put Live Epically on Voltron time if you want. Don't mind sharing the time. All right, where's Live Epically? We'll put him over here. Hit Live Epically on Voltron time. There we go. Thank you. Perfect. Sibylline, $2 super chat. Can I be on Voltron schedule? Everybody wants that extra downtime. Sibylline, where are you in here? There you go. All right, perfect. So that spreads things out a little bit. And that way they won't be crowded in the bathroom too. We should also consider getting some showers because that's actually good for morale also. I just don't know where I'll put them right now. Things are a little crowded. Exosuit Forge is done. Queue this up for a couple of suits, even though we don't have the materials for it just yet. I am going to have to turn this off because I need to get these resources. Yeah, I need the resources. Okay, so let's set a ladder down here. If I get all the way down here, there's... Wow, this is really far down here. If I can get all the way down here, I can harvest this thimblereed. There's some thimblereed fibers sitting on the ground here. There's 5 of it right there. Now that it's reachable, they might actually build the suits now. They had enough for 1 suit anyway. Hopefully they'll bring it up and build that. And then once that's constructed, we can send it down here. Ooh, I noticed there's no oxygen flow going here. What's going on? What's going on here? Oh, they didn't finish that pipe because they can't reach it. All right, that explains that. Let's throw a ladder in here so they can finish that piping. Sadly, that's going to put an extra strain on the system down here because we're going to have an extra pump running on this circuit. I am going to need to change that wire over to the conductive wire. That's a little more powerful, but should be able to have dudes working 24 hours a day. Not the same dupe, but I mean, you can split. Yeah, you can put up like whole different cycles and stuff and set it up so that you have them going on shifts, so there's always duplicates working. I don't think it's not necessary, not really necessary from a efficiency standpoint, but it is nice to be able to kind of break things up a little bit so that you can use fewer resources for things. Like you can have fewer bathrooms to supply the same number of duplicates. They're all wheezing like crazy. They're all gonna get super slimy too. I probably shouldn't have. Oh, what's going on, guys? That's weird. There's a little bit of off-gassing there. I thought I had a slime container somewhere. Oh, you know what? It's way up here. Oh, gosh. They're bringing the slime all the way up top there. That's not good. Who's suffocating? Oh, come on. Really? All right, fine. Let's get a tunnel dug for him. Get him out of there. Taking a dirt water swim. That's ridiculous. This needs to be set for slime. Once this is set for slime, fortunately, it's closer than the other one, so they can store it here. Actually, I should make sure it's the same setting, because I don't want them moving slime from one side to the other. Yeah, they're both at 6. Okay, that's good. There we go. So now when they gather the slime here, they should run it to this storage container instead of running it all the way through our base. Well, I needed to move that water anyway, but that wasn't really the way I was planning to go about it. That's kind of a nuisance. Kind of a super hassle, really. Beep, 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 beep. You know what? I didn't build this room very well. What I should have done was put the door at the top with a ladder going down into the farm, because then I'd never have to worry about the CO2 leaving it. Huh. I mean, I guess I can seal it off so that it stays separate anyway. I'll have to solve for that, but I probably should have put just a doorway at the top here. Or over here somewhere. the ladder going down. That way they go in and out all the time, and it wouldn't cause any issues with deliver exosuit. It wouldn't cause any issues with CO2 leaving the room on me. All right, we need more read. Man, this thing really chugs when you're scrolling now. Day 62, recycle 62, and we've already got some like performance lag there. It's crazy. The most recent schedule made has nap time. Does it? No, it's basically the same. It's got 3 bedtime slots into a bath time and then the full workday cycle. It's basically this. Oh, that's not the one. Where is it? Oh, it does have one. You're right. All right, hold on. That needs to be a work slot there. They go for a nap, then they get up and have a break, and then they go back to bed. There we go. That's better. Good lord. It's clicked. There's no floor under the door, so they can't open it. Yeah, that's fine. They're still working on the upper level anyway. It's not really that critical. Just stick it right in there. Oh, you're right. Immunity's still 100%. Yeah, they're getting surface germs, but there's not really that many airborne germs out here. I mean, there are some because they're stirring them up as they dig them, but I really should have like a. Oh gosh, they're getting germs all through the inside of the base. It's all fresh air in here, so the germs won't really spread. But man, I'm not helping my surface germ situation here at all. Let's turn this on now. Actually, we can't because they still haven't finished. Oh, there we go. The oxygen's finally flowing in. How's our power overlay looking? Power's fine. Oxygen's flowing in, so it's gradually. Oh, look at that. It's actually. Is that storing it in there? Yeah, it's storing it. Okay, good. I really should have a sink in here, I guess. But there's so many duplicates running through. I mean, having one sink is not really going to accomplish a lot. Oh, research is done. Let's get more of that going. We'll go into industrial storage so we can see what the materials are required for that stuff. This game has microbes being pushed into the atmosphere by human action. Love it. Yeah, if you get digging up the slime out here, you end up with more airborne germs. You can see down here, there's not really that many that are airborne. 391. That's fairly low percentage of it. Even if you go into areas like this, it's full of CO2, so there's no airborne germs there. Okay, guys, you can't just hang out there. I mean, come on. What size is that room? 67 tiles. I can't actually add a third layer on here. That's handy. Dig all this out, please, so we can get rid of this. Gotta play in the germy water, boys. This ladder I want to go all the way down. Because we can get another dust blossom down here. Then we can go over here and get the thimbleweed fiber also. I love how they're actually not that far away from oxygen. They could just run up here to breathe fresh air, but instead they're just going to wheeze away on the polluted oxygen. So many oxygen pumps are resulting in the wrong element damage for the docks. Let's take a look. Ooh, what's going on here? Nope, that's just a vacuum. I don't think so. I mean, we're getting some overload damage. Have these been taking elemental damage? I didn't notice any damage to them. But I wasn't super paying attention to it, so I don't know. Starvation! Oh my gosh, we ran out of food. Oh, wait a minute. Are they building all that stuff at priority 9? Is that why they all ran out? No, it's all priority 5. Somebody's got to deal with the farming. Food's going down fast. I really don't want to have to use dirt. That'd be so bad. Get these set up with fungal spores. Copy settings and all these. There we go. I need this water to go a little bit lower, I think. Good old soggy feet debuff there, too, which is just great. Alright, so the farm tiles down here are going to need to be, like, right where this water line is. That water line's going to go away, though. We're going to dig through over here and let the water drain out. It can sit down here. It's a big opening down there. Yay, jukebot! You know, I think or two about poop. Oh, we got enough reed fiber for another ammo suit. Which is funny, because I actually don't see where they got it from. They can't even reach this one yet. I wouldn't think it would be counting it. You have too many dupes. Consider sacrificing one or two of them. No, we don't do that. That's part of the fun. We bring in too many duplicates, knowing that it's going to be a challenge. It's okay. Up at the top here, I actually need to change a couple of these into airflow tiles. So I'm going to pump CO2 into here, but I need a place for the other gases to go upward. Starvation. That's not good. Oh, we're back up to 20,000 kilocalories. We desperately need this other food source. This is going to be really important. The famine begins. Yeah, we're always, you know what, anytime I'm drawing in like this many duplicates at once, we're always kind of dancing along that fine line between having enough resources for things and not. Over here is where I'm planning to do some pinch of peppernut stuff. That's oxygen. Do we have CO2 in here? We do. Okay, good. So I have a good seal there. So I can dig in all this stuff over here. We'll do a pinch of pepper farm over here, I think. I just have to get polluted water to send over there, which is going to be a bit of an issue. I could send it all the way from this other side, but that's a lot of piping. The Paco's doomed, doomed. No, no. We'll take the Paco. They can swim out down here. We'll hang out in this area. Ooh, we can even cut loose some more puffs over here. Excellent. I should probably connect these doors to the power supply. 120... 120 watts. All right. What have I got on this grid? 240 is 480. 120, but that's not running. Another 180. Plus the suits. There's quite a bit on this power grid. I kind of feel like I should probably run another line, another power line right down the outside of the base here. Because the doors are 120 each. That's really kind of a pain. Let's happy to do it that way. I should probably get rid of these doors. You know what? That's what I really should do. Change my mind. We'll swap these doors out. And we'll put in just the pneumatic doors instead. Because I intend to flood this whole bottom area with CO2 anyway. So there's really no point in worrying about having an actual sealed door. It's just sort of causing more problems than any benefit they might be creating. Dig all this out. There we go. Throw a little tile in here. We got another door. Our mushroom farm's gonna have gold pneumatic doors. Perfect. Puffs poop stuff? Yeah, they poop slime actually. So we're gonna try and keep the puffs all together in here. The trouble here is they're sitting in CO2 right now. Funny enough, I was actually worried about getting carbon dioxide in here for the Duskcaps, but it's all CO2. That's interesting. It's pretty low concentration CO2 though. How is it over here? 443 grams. Over here it's 306 grams. So it's pretty low concentration stuff. But these poor puffs are starving. They just don't have anything to work with. And we're back to the starvation again. Who's starving now? Oh, Brosif. Hanging down there clapping. Celebrating with people while they starve. That seems like maybe not the best idea. Alright, there goes the water. That'll shift that all out of the way, and it'll also give our fancy little fish a place to swim. Actually, no. Cancel some of this. We're going to wind up with actually a water seal here that's going to be trapped. Which I don't really want. So we'll destroy the bottom ladder here. And we'll just put a floor there. What are we blasting off? Thanks to the super chat, Matt Hirsch. It's going to be a while. It's kind of a slow growth towards the space race. We're only at cycle 64. And all that rocket stuff is pretty late game. You've got to get like a bunch of fancy steel and a whole bunch of petroleum fuel. We have to get a system set up on the surface that can scan outer space in order to provide the research points, in order to gain people the astronaut job set and unlock some more, well, not the job set, but to unlock some of the research related to being an astronaut. So it's kind of a lot. We got a long way to go on it. Suffocation. Guys, don't hang out in there. It's all CO2. It's gross. It's not even high concentration CO2. This also needs to be dug out, actually. Deconstruct that. Gold pneumatic doors. Beep. I hate when they're suffocating. Ooh, oxygen levels have gotten kind of piss poor in here. Why is that? We're still pumping out 1,000 grams per second. Oh, this is why we're not pumping out that much, because I've been drawing down so much air. Actually, I'm surprised it's overtaking it that much. That's strange. So 2 electrolyzers, in terms of oxygen production, they produce 1,600 and change. So then the 3 pumps are pumping 1,500 and change. There should be a surplus of oxygen remaining in here, but particularly since it was fairly high in there before. Once these are full, this pump should shut off. Except, it looks like these are continuing to draw oxygen, even though there's no suit in there. Okay, finally this line's backing up, so that's good. Oh, we're getting a little... Oh my gosh, yeah, we're getting a little hydrogen there. Tiny little pockets of hydrogen making it in. Ooh, it stopped. Finally it stopped. Okay, so now this pump is shut down. We're getting higher... There we go. That's better. Better gas pressures in there now, which means we'll get better oxygenation up here, so that's fine. That's good. We're all good. Give her something to research. We have stuff researching. It's in progress. O2 overlay. Yeah, that was the O2 overlay we were looking at there. So, oxygen levels at the top are really good, in part because this was all full of oxalite. So that's all filled in there. All this dark blue stuff is still perfectly breathable, so there's no negative stress impact from that. Now that we have 1,000 grams per second going back into the colony, this will start to build up again, which will press the CO2 down. Our carbon skimmer is not running currently, but that's because this element sensor, I think, is sitting... Yeah, it's getting like whiffs of CO2 and oxygen, so it's okay. Everything's fine there. What's the size of this room now? Of course, it's not the right size. Oh, the space isn't enclosed yet. Okay, now we can check it. Too big. 5 tiles too large. How can I get rid of 5 tiles in here? Oh, okay, you know what? That's what we can do. They're not going down this side over here, so I can actually build... No, if I build there, that mushroom won't grow. That'll get rid of 3 of the tiles. You know what? Let's do this differently. I'll move the door in. If I move the door in 2 spaces, then this should be fine. If we deconstruct that tile, we can replace it with a regular one. Put our door here. And that'll accomplish the same thing. And then once I get that built, it should be sealed off fine. See how it goes. Can you do the pipes with hydrogen before it gets to the suits to damage them? I could put a filter in there to kind of shift it out, but I'm not super worried about it. It's a pretty small amount, so the amount of damage they're going to take is... Oh my gosh, don't go down bottom. Come on. Oh, there's a ladder out. That's fine. Alright, you guys, you're fine. Just nobody get their head stuck, please. Oh, nope, they're not fine. You gotta dig your way out. Get out of there. Everybody out of the pool. Okay. That's now a proper greenhouse. It's kind of a weird shaped one, but whatever. Copy settings. We get some proper mushroom growth going on in there. This is, the CO2 concentration here is not very high, but that actually doesn't matter as long as it's enough. We need a seasoned farmer, though. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to grow these as effectively. So we're going to have to go into jobs. And whoever we move up to the seasoned farmer is going to go up to tier 4. Let's see. Sarah Beep or Dolphin... Or Dolphin. Who's better at ranching? Because we're going to want to have a proper ranch at some point, too. Guess it doesn't matter. They've got the same basic skill. So we'll go in here. We'll put Sarah Beep up here as a farmhand. Now, Sarah's going to require a higher tier now of morale. When she goes and switches her hat, anyway. Let's enable this building now because they've done the bulk of the construction, so they can slow that down. You caught a trap dupe before this started dying. I'm so proud of you. That's because I just happened to be looking there at the time. I'd say I'm learning, but let's face it. It's really more just convenient happenstance. Okay. So that's good. They can get out of there, guys. That building's enabled now, so once they go through there, they won't be able to come back out. Unless they put on an exosuit, so that will give them oxygen and stuff, and then we don't have to worry about germs and things also. Nobody got sick, fortunately. Everybody's still at 100%. Very minimal impact to stress, so overall good. Let's check the vitals overlay, though, because we did move somebody up. Let's take a look at Sarah, because she's the one that we bumped up to the farmhand. So she's actually producing 13 and a requirement of 12 for morale. Grizzly meal. We really need to do something about the food. We've been giving them such awful food. Wouldn't all the doors let the CO2 out? It would, except all the CO2 is going to sit in this lower area anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So if you look at our overlay, I mean, not only is this all CO2, but even, let's say I filled this up with oxygen, because it's actually producing polluted oxygen here. They're going to clean it. It's going to start to fill up with the regular oxygen. This is all CO2 in here. There's nowhere for it to go. If the pressure builds up in here enough, it might start to compress some of it inside here, and actually I probably should... For some reason, I thought there was polluted oxygen out here, but we'll get rid of these and we'll replace them with just regular tiles. There's not really too many places for the CO2 to go, so even if we build up oxygen pressure, the CO2 should stay fine in the mushroom farm. This is one of the games where I play/watch on mute. I want to CrypticFox with you, but I can't really get into it. Oh. Polani, I didn't realize you didn't like oxygen not included. Kind of blows my mind. Still running a food shortage. Eef. Okay, over here, we released all this wonderful chlorine, which is kind of not so awesome, all things considered. What do we need for our fancy pepper bread? Sleet wheat grains, sleet wheat grains. If we had meat, we could make barbecue. But we don't have a proper ranch going yet. So that is going to be a requirement before we can get into any kind of meat production. I think maybe out here is just where I should put our hatch ranch. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, we have all this nasty water dripping down here, which I probably should do something about. And it's all full of CO2, so we'll have to convert it to oxygen and then get it to a reasonable temperature and things for the duplicants to be out there. Because it's actually not that hot. It's like 30 degrees. I think I'm going to do that. Out here, I really want to put these guys into a farm. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to get a little funky here. So they're going to need a spot in here somewhere, so we can put in the grooming station to turn this into a ranch. We'll put a pneumatic door up here. Hopefully we don't trap that guy in there. And then we can actually seal off the bottom part of this just with open doors. So the hatches can, or the puffs can still fly all over the place. But we'll be able to kind of control stuff a little bit. I do need to catch their poop, though. I don't want it all going down to the bottom of the water. At least not until we get some ability to move it through the, like, automation or whatever. So we'll dig all this out. All this wonderful slime in here. Live epically with a $2 super chat. Everyone calm down. Poe loves Oni. Oh, okay. Stop telling these horrible lies. My reputation is ruined. I just read your chat. You just said it's just one of those games you put on mute because you don't like the game. I was like, wow. It blew my mind. Sounded like a hatch was drowning there for a second. Man, why don't I pause the thing when I'm moving? It goes so slow now. Okay, over here. Let's build a ladder up here. I'm going to build my farm irrigation tile business. Hydroponic tiles. Oops. Oops. What do I want these exactly? Cancel these. We could leave these grow in the wild. However, the growth of the wild is actually really, really stifled. So I'm not super inclined to do that. We'll close this off here. Which is going to require us to dig up this. Dig all this out, please. The big challenge over here, I think, is going to be getting polluted water to feed this thing. I mean, there is some polluted water over here, but not huge amounts of it. We're getting a little bit that comes off the bathroom, but it's not really enough to feed this whole system. CrypticFox, you've got a new fan. Who's this now? Oh, Poe was talking about 2 Point Hospital. Oh, I got it. Who's the new fan, Charles? Is that you? If you had a chance to use the gas tanks that have been added to the game, is that only in the test branch? It's only in the test branch currently. That's what we're playing, actually, so we're on the beta branch. However, they're very late game stuff. I'm actually working on the research for them so we can see what kind of materials and stuff are required for them. They're way over here on the right-hand side of the research tree. We're actually almost finished researching them. Once we get up to this point here, when we can start looking at like rocketry stuff, is when we have to have that third research type, which requires building the research telescope up on the surface of the asteroid. That's going to be a little ways off. It's going to take us a while to get there, I'm afraid. Oh, your pets? Yeah, apparently pets like my voice. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe that's why my cat follows me around. I've got like, we've got a contingent of people fans and then pet fans. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but that's how it is, I guess. We might actually be able to do... So we have Dreckos over here, too. I could do, like, a double setup over here. The Dreckos need hydrogen, though. Maybe I'm doing this the other way. I'm doing this backwards, I think. Hold on a second. What do I need to grow... I'm gonna... Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's cancel this. Pincha pepper. Requires air pressure, but not any specific kind of air, I don't think. Farm plot, orientation downward. Yeah, we don't need any particular gas there. Maybe I should do that the other way around. We'll get our Dreckos up in the top part where we can actually give them... Oops, no, don't do that. Cancel. We'll put our Dreckos in the top part where they can get easy access to hydrogen, because it's going to kind of filter towards the top of here anyway. Let's cancel all this. And we'll do our Pincha peppernuts in the lower area, because this is kind of the ideal place to grow stuff like this, is to not have to move it into an area where You have to control the temperature. This is already the ideal growth environment for these things. So we might as well just maintain it. Yeah, let's dig all this out. This will be our Drecko farm in here. Actually, I might as well dig all this out. Just get all the hydrogen in here. What's your cat's name? My cat's name is Timber. My oldest daughter named him. Super big fan. She was so excited we brought the cat home because I was constantly going, nope, we're not having pets. Nope, forget it. You're not getting a cat. You're not getting a dog. Stop asking. And then we surprised her one day where we just brought the cat home. So she debated over the name for quite some time and finally settled on Timber. Okay, I can make a pretty big farm here. Let's not do this. I'm so indecisive, but I'm gonna do the hydroponic farm tiles up here. That didn't work. What happened there? Huh? Why did it switch over? And then we'll do farm tiles here. What is going on? Why does that keep... Oh, not enough materials. Oh, I ran out of material. Oh, it takes... Oh, that would be why. Alright. I forgot hydroponic tiles require metals. But that's easy enough. We have lots of metal over here. Dig into this good stuff. We'll have all kinds of iron ore. I'm surprised with all the digging I've been doing over here we didn't bump into any gold. This is what it is, I guess. I got your car title in the mall today. Own my car. Oh, nice. Congrats, Polani. The joys of vehicle ownership and the debts that come with it. Let's see. We need a way to keep our Dreckos in here, so we should probably throw a door up here. Then out of gold. All this nasty chlorine and stuff out here. We have that, like... We're sending our duplicates into the nastiest of gases. It does wonderful things for their morale. At least in the other part, I've got Exosuit set up, but over here, they're just going to play in the nasty gas. Be brave, little duplicants. Be brave. Stations. We need a grooming station. We're going to need a pet drop-off. We can get to that, I guess. Maybe I should build... Oops, nope, food. I should build the hydroponic farm tiles first, I guess. Oh, it takes... Oh, I don't know. For some reason I thought... I thought I had way more raw metal than that. I must have been building a lot of metal stuff. Not really paying attention to what I was using. You have one more payment on your Jeep? Nice. I have a couple years left on my car, but when we bought our house, I made the brilliant move of swapping out my car at the same time for a newer model. Same type of car, but newer model, just because I could get 0% interest rate on it. Which is handy and all, but... I was going to bump that up, but actually it doesn't matter. They're going to wear exosuits out here. You go, little dudes. Speaking of which, I want more exosuits. That's not enough. We've got thimbleweed right there. There's 4 of them sitting on the ground. It only takes 2 of the reed fiber. What's not happening? What can they not reach here? Show navigation. There we go. Oh, they broke the floor out, but they haven't replaced it yet. That's funny. Mo A with $100 super chat. What? I says pardon? Having a stress-free videos and streams are the best thing to relax to. Keep up the good work and hope your back is getting better. Wow. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is mind-blowing. Thanks, Moe. I appreciate that. Good Lord. $100 super chat. That's incredible. Thanks, Mo. Man, I almost don't even know what to say. That's crazy. And why did my game freeze? There we go. Dupe for Mo. Oh, yeah, we need a dupe. Let's bring a Mo in. We gotta get a Mo dupe. Must have Mo. Must have Mo. I've got to enable the building. It's going to take 3 cycles, and I don't have a bed for him yet, but we'll find a place. Don't you worry. Mo's getting the super deluxe suite in the colony. Hashtag duper for Mo. Let the noob starve, $100. If they can get to the point of actually harvesting these mushrooms, things will go a little better. Oh, these aren't connected to the power grid. I suppose that's probably going to be an important factor soon. Because we are going to need to cook up some shrooms. $100 super chat. Wow. That's insane. Thanks, Mo. I want them to build this floor so they can go get that thimbleweed fiber, so they can build more exosuits, so we can have more people working out here. Outside of greenhouse. Oh, I even broke my greenhouse because I broke the ceiling. IR super smart. That's Marty. I think Cryptic just became the 5th Marx Brothers skid marks. But a bump. They're not dead yet. We're balancing on the razor's edge right now. Just as we're getting ready to start dying of starvation. Why are you out there? Every time we're... Oh, boy. Nope, okay, that's not looking good. We might have to go to mush. Which really stinks. This Duskcaps a little ways off yet. It's not in a proper farm, so it's... Okay, you know what? Let's crank out the priority on finishing this off so we grow the Duskcaps a little bit faster. We're 75%, 77. Ooh, 0 kilocalories. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't kill off the colony before we make progress. I'm gonna go do some emergency mush bars, which I really hate because they're gonna consume water and they're gonna consume dirt. But we just need to bridge that point a little bit until we get some production coming out of our Duskcaps, and then the Duskcaps will produce quite a bit of food. That's a lot of meal lice. It is. We've got a lot of meal lice and a lot of... So, yeah, a lot of meal lice and a fair amount of mushrooms now, but... We probably could even use a full second mushroom farm below this. Except that then we're getting into some temperature issues because we'll have to cut past the abyssalite. How are my jobs set up? In here, I have some apprentice diggers and stuff. I don't have anyone that's pumped up too high. I only have 1 farmer. You know what? I'm going to move Dualfin up here too. Let's try to get 2 farmers down there. Make sure they're fertilizing and stuff effectively. Unfortunately, it's going to raise their requirement for things, but man, everybody else is actually maxed out too. I should do some little swapping around here. Train people on other jobs. Particularly, we're going to go for astronauts. We're going to need people who are trained up in research and people who are trained up in the supply and courier and stuff. So if we take some of our people that are doing groundskeeping, like Live Epically, if we shift them back here. There we go. And if we take our BDS Empire and send them over here too. Too many names. There it is. There we go. We can train them up on a different skill, and then we'll shift James over to the groundskeeper position. So this way we're not really changing the mix of what we have in terms of morale requirements, but we can get them cross-trained to different skills, and James has already done that. James has done everything. Let's put James on apprentice miner, maybe. There we go. That's one we can do. It's going to be a while before we can train up astronauts anyway, so we got plenty of time to get these guys all skilled up. In terms of cooks, we should probably send an art student over there, maybe. So we on either Lucas or more cowbell. More cowbell has no particular skill in it. Lucas has some skill. So we'll get Lucas trained on cooking because we're going to need that extra cook time in there. Let's maybe get someone else started training on farming. Maybe Evil Fox Worshipper, Caleb, or Brosif, maybe. Where's Caleb? Too many names, can't see. All right. Brosif it is. Get Brosif working in the farm also. We can do a little more swapping around. I just don't want to spend my whole crazy amount of time sitting in that one little menu. More money, more problems. You're funny. No. Prefer to remain unknown. But you can't, unfortunately. I guess so. Okay, let's get some priority on this thing. You guys gotta build that fast, please. We're gonna set this up for cooking mushrooms on continuous cycle, even though I don't think we have any we can actually cook. But when it's ready, we definitely want that right away to start getting cooked. Did they build another suit up here yet? No, how do they not have enough for that suit? Requires 2 reed fiber, and they're still... Oh, they still haven't finished the floor down there. Are my farmers non-constructive, or is it just that they're prioritizing going down there? What are you guys up to? There's a little gas pocket of something in there messing things up. You guys and gals do all the hard work. I just sit here and watch and laugh. Usually when I do something wrong, that's when most of the entertainment happens. We got some food back before I even had to get to the point of making these, but I'm gonna make some mush bars in here anyway. Come on. There we go. We'll get some mush bars going there. It's not good food for them, unfortunately. But it is what it is. No fabrications queued. We can do mush fry. So at least when they make the mush bars, they'll fry it up, hopefully. They're not going to like their food for a little bit. Not that they're liking the grizzly meal lice anyway, but... okay, we got a little bit of the iron here, so I can actually set up this over here now. Very soon, we'll get to the point where, like, this is... We're kind of at that point, like, that tipping point right now where things aren't going so well. What the... There we go. But it won't take that long before we're actually overproducing on food. No. I need space here. Door. Let's make these just regular flooring. I need a farm station in here, otherwise this isn't going to be a proper farm. Over here we're going to need a door. Like that. And then stations, farm station. There we go. I do need to find water. Oh, there's a little pocket there I could tap into. Dig all the way over. Get right into this junk. Insufficient oxygen generation. Seriously? Oh, man. That's, That's a lot lower oxygen level than I would have expected from this system. A lot lower. I mean, they're not gonna suffocate, but man, normally I'm used to having like all this bright blue color in here. It must be just such a large area that these pumps aren't really keeping up. Recommend canceling the construction and try again. You have them try to build over air tunnels while deconstructing them. Oh yeah, that could be the issue. You're right. Let's cancel those. Well, they brought some of the materials there, but then they didn't finish them. That's funny. What the? Oh yeah, I think I caused a problem. There we go. Now we'll see how that goes. That's probably what it was. Good recommendation. What are the tiles set to be made? They might have... yeah, it was really just the... I think it was the fact that I laid the construction over top of stuff. Ooh, that was weird. I thought I was going to freeze there for a minute. I was like, oh gosh, no. Don't do this to me now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a minute. We finished some research. We got time for more. Yeah, we're getting down to the good stuff here. Go for the interior decor things. I was hoping I would get down and start hunting for some oil today, but it looks like we're gonna have to set up our food first. Food first, oil later. Because if we don't have that in place, it's not really gonna matter what we're doing. "96 tiles. These are 3 tiles high. IR brains, math, and stuff. Where's my calculator? There's my calculator. Alright, so It looks like we can have 32 tiles worth of space in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we have a little bit more here we can do. The real question is going to be whether I can get a good enough flow of water coming into this thing. Try playing at 2 times speed. That might help the computer cope. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't like waiting around. It also helps if you pause when you go to move. I just constantly forget to do it. Like, when you're scrolling like this, it goes really slow because it's trying to keep up with the action as you're moving. But if you pause it, then it scrolls really quick. I'm just really bad at always, like, forgetting to hit pause. Me and hotkeys. I don't know what it is. I have, like, this weird mental barrier. This pump needs to go. Let's deconstruct that. Oh, wait a minute. I had that there for the science, but I guess I could run over here and get it. This needs to be moved down anyway, I suppose. I'll deconstruct it. I was just thinking, I've got all these duplicates running across this gap here, and I'm a little bit concerned that somebody's going to poison the water hole. Let's maybe seal that off so that there's limited exposure. We'll need a ladder. Finish this thing off properly. Oop, that was weird. I think this game is great, but I know I'd be terrible at it, and I'd never get to see any of the fun stuff. You know what? The funny thing is, like, I spend so much time building new colonies because every time there's a new update that comes out, I start a new one. So I think probably more than anything, I end up building colonies. So it's funny, but you're right. Like, there's so much depth to the game now that it really takes a long time to get to it all, and a lot of times I don't. All right, there is a decent amount of polluted water out here if I could just tap into it reasonably. This one's not a very big pocket. I'd like to see what's over here. I could drill straight down and tap into this one, but again, it's just not very much. This one up here where I've been draining excess toilet water to is not very big also. What's a good way to make fertilizer? There is a fertilizer maker, but that's about it. There's not really good ways to do it. Fertilizer is kind of a problem now. You have to use the fertilizer maker. So in the in refinement, where is it here? Metal refinery, fertilizer synthesizer. It's pretty much the only way you can make fertilizer. Now, different plants require different things for fertilizer, though. Like, these require, what is it, phosphorite in order to grow the Pincha peppernuts. So not such a big deal that way. Pull cryptic string, and he might say, somebody's poisoned the water hole. Love the new colony building. So do I, to be honest with you. There's a point in the game where it gets to be late game where I'm just not as enthused about building stuff. Now, granted, with the rockets and stuff, that kind of changes things a little bit because now there's an added incentive to build more things. But you're right. Like, once you get everything unlocked and you get to that point later in the game, that's when you can make some really cool things. And if you never get there, obviously you never get to build them, but... Toilet water to your plants. I can send it there, but there's going to be a lot of plants growing here, and that's not going to produce enough water. I have to send in the water from another source. So what I'm thinking is if I can redirect the wastewater flow to something that's closer down here, like maybe if I'd send it down here, and we could run a pump into this water and pump it out, and just sort of supplement it with incoming water from the toilet overflow, that might work. This is pretty far down there, though. If I have to build a long ladder all the way down here to get to this stuff, which is not great. Too many things are messing them to do all at once. It's my chronic fall down all the time. Is that the last hatch? Oh no, we have hatches all over the place. Choose a duplicate. Okay, Mo, let's see. Squeamish, anemic, gastrophobia, or small bladder. You know what? I actually don't mind that he won't cook. That's perfectly fine. This will be Mo A. Thanks again for the super chat, Mo. I appreciate that. He's a binge eater. Likes to operate. We'll have to make sure he doesn't get stressed, because I don't really want him binge eating the food that we don't have. Ooh, we're all the way up to 40,000 kilocalories, just like that. Ooh, which reminds me, actually, I should go into vitals. No, not vitals, consumables. And tell them not to eat the regular mushroom caps. We have 24,000 kilocalories worth of it, so that's a large portion of our food supply right now. So let's go like that. We're going to stop doing this for now. We're going to convert this from mush fry to fried mushrooms. And we'll see if we can start to get a decent supply going that way. I kind of wish I built this in a way. If I'd been smart, I would have built this in a way where I could have a harvester in here to kind of grab the mushrooms as they harvest them and send them off to the kitchen. And then when like the kitchen, once they produce there, could grab it and send it off to something. Where's the starving happening? Are they starving because I told them not to eat the regular mushrooms? That might be it. Make a mushroom farm close to the peppers? Well, the mushroom farm I built in the environment that's best suited for it. Come on, guys. You're building so slow. You'd think I was telling you to go someplace with no oxygen or something. Jeez. Oh, hey, wait. They've already started the ladder down here before they even finish this stuff. Okay, in here we also need critter drop-off. We can use this for our Dreckos. And it just occurred to me I need food for the Dreckos to eat. I don't have any bomb lilies right now, and they require chlorine. So we might actually plant... we might plant some pepper plants in this top section anyway. Just because we're going to need it. We're going to need it, or our Dreckos won't eat. 3, 4... Drat. Wasn't paying attention to that at all. We're not going to have a huge amount of Dreckos, just a few of them. Heat overlay. Let's check the heat. All right. Ooh, things are warm. So it's still a really nice temperature in the core part of the colony here, which is where we're sending our supply of oxygen into, so that doesn't surprise me. Things are hot down in the lower right quadrant. Down here by the research, it's kind of warm. Over in the kitchen area, it's warm. But for the most part, heat's not representing a huge problem yet. We do have to be a little cautious of all this heat that we're letting in from out here. Insulated tile is helping a little bit, but it's not going to do everything, obviously. Can you build down to the swamp below and have CO2 pool in there? Well, over here is all like chlorine and hydrogen. There is a little bit of CO2 down here, but this farm over here, this whole area is full of CO2, aside from the bit of polluted oxygen that's been off-gassing from the stuff that we've dug up. So this whole area in here is already all full of carbon dioxide, and it's already at a pressure that's sufficient for growing the crops. So our mushroom farm's already doing fairly well for itself there. So I'm not too worried about that, actually. Oh, there we go. Food. Gonna flip this over here. Get some more hydroponic tiles going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. $14, $15, $16. That'll be on that one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, you know what? I can just go one tile fewer on this side. There we go. Okay, so this should give me my fancy... Why did I build that ladder? Oh, I built that as a thing to get across the gap. That's right. Deconstruct that. This is going to be my fancy farm out here. We are going to need a way for our people to get out, so I'll give them a door on the second floor that they can get out. Actually, no, you know what? That's silly. Just do it on the first floor. There's no point making them go up and over for no reason. Oh, there's those reservoirs. Okay, hold on a second. That's in the base building thing. So somebody was asking if we require plastics for the reservoirs. Here's the liquid reservoir. Nope, it's made out of refined metals, so there's no plastics required. So if you get the research done on these early enough, then we can use this pretty simply just by building it out of refined metals. Oh, it's not even refined metal, actually. It's raw metal. Gold, amalgam, and iron ore. Yeah, so if you research them early enough, you can use them pretty early, I guess. But it's pretty far over in the research tree. You have access to some resources and should do the hydrogen room to cool the oxygen. Yep. Oh my gosh, Mo. Another super chat. $50 on behalf of the great mods and followers that keep this channel going, and somebody just died. Who died? You've got to be kidding me. Moss, how did he suffocate to death? No! Moss! No! Sorry, Moss. Thank you for the $50 super chat again, Mo. That's crazy. That's an insane amount you've sent. I really appreciate that. How did he die? Why did he suffocate? There's nothing stopping him from running back to where the oxygen is. Oh, they picked up the body right away. That's good. We had the graves already set. I don't understand why Moss died. He must have been stuck in a weird little pattern where he was just, like, moving around, and I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't notice it. No, Mo didn't die. It was Moss. Dupe trap at the right side of the pepper, building the ladder. Oh, was he on the other side of the ladder, and I broke the ladder, and then he couldn't jump across until we made the floor, and then he just didn't have enough time to run over there? Oh, that kills me. Moss A replaced with Mo A. Mo, you've got a bed now. And a dining table? Yeah. How's that for timing? Resurrect him. Oh my gosh, that was insane. I don't know how that happened. That's killing me. I have a pretty good idea how it happened. I'm not happy about it, ultimately. Man, that stinks. This Drecko's got to get out of here. $2 super chat. Moss died of super chat shock. That's what it was. He's like, what? Boom, dead. That's what it was. It was the super chat shock that did him in. Oh my gosh. That's some crazy super chats, Mo. I really appreciate that. I said, good lord. All right. I gotta recover. You know what? I hate when duplicates die on me. It feels like I feel like an utter failure when a duplicate dies. I'm like, I know how to play this game. I shouldn't be having duplicates die on me anymore. And it still happens. Poor, poor, sad little duplicates. Alright, that's there. I kind of wanted to split this off. I guess I'll split it here. That's a lot. I mean, this one pump, I don't know if it's going to be able to move enough water to be able to satisfy all that, but we'll see what happens. I'm still in shock. I need someone to move me. They picked you up and moved you around. As soon as you dropped dead, they grabbed you immediately because I already had the gravestone set up. Oh, look. Oh, Dolphin's crying. Moss. Not Moss. Oh, now he's cheering at the gravesite. That's a little weird. He died. It was too soon. Oh, Mo needs a job. What should we have Mo do? General engineering, apprentice miner. Apprentice miner maybe be helpful. We could do some more digging. We're doing a lot of digging lately, so that's probably a good one. Polani, $5 super chat. Renaming the karaoke lounge for Mo A. Whether he joins the Discord or not. Thanks for being epic, Mo. But join the Discord. We're delightful. Thanks, Polani. Appreciate the super chat and for the fancy idea. That's crazy. Oh, I don't like when they die. I'm telling you, I feel like an utter colossal failure when the duplicates die on me. These guys are moving so slow because they're not trained to use the suits either. Everybody's been keeping like relatively low job settings because I didn't want them to run stress. As we get more food options and we start producing better food, I can start ratcheting up people's jobs because we'll be producing much higher morale ratings. Drat. That's our second dead duplicate in 73 cycles. Ruh-roh. They're very, very slowly building out here. Another lemming bites the dust. That's right. Do they clap for themselves after they cry? No, they do that as part of their social interaction. So when they're interacting with other duplicants. Mo for first astronaut. We gotta get this. It's gonna be a while. We gotta get everybody skilled up there. I gotta keep them alive that long. Which sometimes feels like a big if. Look at that. There's still like a weird thing saying there. It's gonna build. It's like a graphical bug because I did the building over top of the stuff I was deconstructing. What is that? A pufflet prince egg. This door needs to be open so we can get this guy out of here. Open. Okay, so this is where I'm kind of building my fancy little ranch thing. So, in terms of the size of the room, for the stable we can have a size 96 tiles. So I think down here, what I'm going to do is sort of seal it off with doors. Like this. And then, oops, I did not mean to build a doorway over there, and I'm going to get rid of that soon. So this will turn this little space in here into a ranch. And then we can open the doors, and they can fly through this whole thing if we really wanted them to. I mean, I can leave the doors closed right now, I guess. But this will give them the off-gassing from the stuff that's down here. Will produce polluted oxygen, which they'll then clean, which feed them. And when they poop, it'll fall through the doors and kind of land down bottom here. So we'll have to still go collect it, but... So that we can start to actually start to produce more puffs. And that'll be good for slime production, too. Arrived just in time to see Moss die. What a thing to join to. I know, right? Just rewatched it. It was stuck down because of the 2-space gap and didn't have enough oxy when they built it. Okay, so you just didn't have enough time to run over once we got the opening there. That stinks. The small coffee fish. Cool guy. Welcome. 2 graves down, 3 to go. Oh, wait, that wasn't why Cryptic built all those, right? Yeah, no, that's not an objective, really. Those were just there, like, in case of emergency. So I wouldn't have to tell the duplicates to go do it later. Lo and behold, we did need it. I feel so bad. Oh, I want to replumb my... That's my water overlay. Okay, so here's our wastewater. If I can get it past all this junk that I built in here... Oh, do I have anyone who's actually a plumber? Can I empty these pipes? About to find out soon enough. But let's grab this with some insulated piping. And we'll send it out here. Well, that's super inconvenient. Alright, we'll dig into the floor, I guess. Nope, that's not gonna work anyway. I want to dump it down in here, so the excess will just kind of dump into this pit, and then we'll pump it back out again as part of our natural pumping process. So this is going to be ugly, but I'm going to put a pipe right here. That's a lot of material. Good lord. There we go. So when they get that built, I'll disconnect the other side. We'll stop sending our wastewater up top here. Or maybe I'll pump it out of this space and send it down there. If I keep those pipes all intact for the most part, then I can reverse the flow and send dirty water down the other way. That might give us a little extra water to work with. Very productive for 73 cycles. Yeah, not bad. The quality's been growing fairly well. We're finally at a point where now that we've got a little bit more food on the go here. So we've got meal ice, we have fried mushrooms, we have a couple of mush fries. I mean, 57,000, 60,000 kilocalories really isn't that much when you consider we have 18 duplicants. That's only a couple days worth of food. However, considering we got all the way down to 0, we're kind of on that tipping point. What is going on here in fertilizer? What do I have in here? Tell me I've got slime in here. A little bit. Only a little bit of slime. I'd really like to get an auto pickup going down there. What can we do? So is Mo A dupe now? Yep, Mo A is in the colony. He came on board, and then we killed off Moss A. Not as part of a plan or anything, but what is it? Oh, they got little nutrient packs there. But he doesn't have anything to actually put in it. Okay. Pincha pepper plants. We'll plant a couple of these down here. Copy settings. Oh, come on. Copy settings. There we go. So I'm going to plant 5 down here, and we'll plant a couple up here so we have stuff that we can start to feed the Dreckos sooner rather than later. Ooh, actually, we can dig into here and get some more, too. Nice. Like that. Get all these bomb lilies and things out of there. Oh! Forgot I had the gate turned on. Oops. Let's turn this off for now. Reject all, because we already have Mo in here. And then I'm going to turn the gate back off. It's so funny that I decided to bring in a 19th duplicate. I was like, okay, we'll find a way to get a room for him and everything. And then a duplicate died off, essentially creating the room for him we needed. Totally not planned. What do you do in this game? Basically, you start off with 3 little duplicate guys, which are these little cartoony guys. And you start inside of an unknown asteroid. We built a lot in here, but essentially you start with this little gate in a little opening and nothing else. And you kind of dig your way out and build a whole colony for them to live in. Research new stuff for them to build. And basically trying to get them to survive. So you have to provide for all of the things that they need, like oxygen and food and places to sleep and go to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. And you just sort of build out a big, thriving colony as much as you can. And they've recently added in rockets, which is the rocketry upgrade we're playing with now, so we can actually leave the asteroid and go to other planets to gather resources and bring it back. Which is kind of cool. New member, welcome Avenue. Welcome Avenue. Appreciate that. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for the membership. Your ladder pipes down to the polluting water is blocked by something. Check the icons in the spots. Oh. Seasoned miners. That's funny. Did I bump the people up to a miner job and then lower them back down when they did what I wanted them to? That's probably what happened. So we can take Brittany. Brittany can move up. She can be our fancy digger down there. And that will take care of that. Once she goes switches her hat, she'll be able to dig through there. I think before I had mined my way through Bizalite before, but I swapped someone up to the job, got them to do the work I needed, and then I immediately bumped them back down again. So that takes care of that. A very young. You remind me of a very young Bob Ross. It's not actually Ross, the innkeeper from Princess Maker 2, but close enough to call anime Bob Ross. It's the afro, the afro that kind of gives it that look. All right, it doesn't look like we can clear these pipes. I'm gonna get that out of there. That really irritates me. Oh, I guess I canceled pipes that I hadn't built yet. That's probably not such a good thing. There we go. Okay, I do want them to prioritize this stuff up here, though, because I feel like they've been building this stuff up here forever. Give me this stuff. Give me the goods. I want to get my Drecko farm underway. Set this for Dreckos. Dreckos and Drecklets. We want both there. Okay. Moss was my miner. Oh, was he? Oh, that would explain it. Whoops. Apparently, miners they're not in such good good state in my colony. I'm gonna create a storage container here. Actually, can I put cooking ingredients? I might as well store cooking ingredients in here, since it's right where we need them anyway. So they'll take those the pinch of peppernuts and they'll send them over here. Later on, we're going to get an espresso machine because our colony must have coffee. It is critical. Just not yet. But later on, we're going to get an espresso machine going too, because I feel like we must have one. Man, we never got enough briar seeds for all those. Okay, once they finish this tile, that will give us... Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I gotta get rid of one of these spots here, so this is actually all a continuous room. I built it a little funny. We can wrangle this guy. Actually, we don't even have a rancher. We're gonna need a rancher. We're at that point now where we're starting to step people up to jobs that... Maybe we'll send Duelfin over there. Duelfin could be our fancy rancher this time. Brittany, the $2.79 super chat. Please don't kill me, lol. I make no guarantees, Brittany. I always tell people you should probably get duplicate insurance if you're joining my colony because, unfortunately, death happens in my colony. It's been known to take place at least once or twice in the course of some of the colonies we've had. Just saying. Where's the shearing station? There it is. Need a shearing station in here so we can shave some Dreckos. I thought I'd be saying that. Stable is 96 tiles. Oh man, we have tons of space here we're gonna have for this stable. Actually, if I just build that across there, this will probably satisfy as a stable all by itself. Your Drecko farm's missing a wall to become stable. Yeah, I was still in the midst of building it, so we'll get that sealed off. Really? 97 tiles because this one tile. Ah, you game, killing me. 1, 2. I don't think I can. Well, you know what I can do is I'll create a little speed bump here. Almost completely pointless. However, it will block all off and make 96 tiles because I had this measured out to be exactly 96 tiles. Not thinking about the need for a gap in there. So when we get that, this will make it a proper farm, and then we really just need water, and everything down there will grow. Copy settings. Bloop. It's going to be a while before we have enough plants for all this, but in time. We'll get it in time. Yeah, then it reached the point where they need to sleep because they continuously get coffee. Yeah, I did some experimenting too with these breaks to see what the tier system is for these in terms of like the type of morale boost they get. So if you look at like Brosif, for example, if we go to Vitality, so look at Brosif versus Voltron, because Voltron has an extra break time, and you can see on Voltron's morale, against 3 shift break gives them a +2 morale, but a 2 shift break on Brosif gives them only a +1. So what I figured out is that it maxes out when you give them a 5 shift break. So I kind of want to work towards that also. I mean, we have so many duplicants, and we always end up with them being idle at different points of the time anyway. So I'd kind of like to ratchet it up to the point where they have this huge break, because it'll give them the biggest morale boost. Need to remove the ladders in the upper farm. Oh yeah, these need to go. Oh, I know why I was building those. I was gonna put the plant. Drat. I was gonna put the planters actually in the ceiling, and I forgot. That's okay though. It doesn't really matter. Just a silly aesthetics thing. Sub priority. Let's get them to prioritize building this so we can get our farm working. It's okay. I don't have enough seeds for them anyway, I guess, but we'll get that taken care of. We do want to fix the decor out here, too. We're going to need more storage. This is all full. Full. Oh, our research is done, too. More research. Oxalate refinery, transit tubes. I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of researching things that I have no immediate use for, so I guess just pick whatever. Get her done so we can get those things out of there. Also, pause when you're moving around. Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting to do it. It does go a lot faster when you pause. I have a mental block for certain things. Starvation. What? Meal ice, fried mushrooms, mush fry. We have tons of food. Don't kill the fish! But the fish are supposed to be delicious. Who's starving anyway? Oh, I see what it is. They're starving because they're not on their break, so they can't go eat yet. Let's start to wrangle some of these guys. Wrangle. Let's get you wrangled. Build up our little farm here. It's maybe a little bit unorthodox, but we might get to the point where we can create meat out of our Dreckos. They live for quite a while, though, so I don't know. Is there a hatch ranch yet? No, not yet. I hadn't decided where I was going to put it yet. And now that I'm doing all this stuff, I might actually build the hatch ranch on this side over here. Because I'm going to take all the water that's in here, I'm going to pump it out. Unfortunately, this fish is going to go the way of the dodo. But I'm thinking if I build out here, I can put a fairly large hatch ranch right up in that spot. See how it goes. Gotta go. See you, Boss of Tronkraft. Thanks for coming out. How's our oxygen level doing? Yeah, see, this has never really gotten as oxygenated. I have this like I have this sorting into 1,000-gram packets right now. So it's alternating 1,000 at a time. And it's funny, I don't find it oxygenates as well as when it's just consistently sending 500, like as a regular, consistent, steady flow. It's literally the same volume, but it just because the packets alternate and they don't have a consistent, constant output, we're not getting as oxygenated as we normally would. Not that it's bad. I mean, this is perfectly breathable. Down here, it's a little bit on the low side. This is they might actually get some stress from low air down here. But all the way up here, all their living quarters and stuff is fine. Maybe what I should do is try to constrain where I'm oxygenating, because I'm providing oxygen into spaces I really don't need it right now. This is all waste. So maybe I'll try to control my environment a little bit better here. No, actually, no. If I do this, I'll have to build another ladder. I don't want to build ladders. You know, we don't like having ladders in our colony. It's a complete waste. But if we build right here, then I can cut off a whole section that I don't have to constantly pressurize. That should help a tiny bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Is there a better gas vent than the basic one? There is in terms of like max pressure, but when you're inside your colony, you don't want to use the high pressure vent anyway. So if you go down here and you look at the high pressure vent, I don't know what this one caps out at. It's a large amount though. This gas vent hits max pressure at 2,000 grams, which is fine. It doesn't affect the duplicants anyway, but if you get the pressure up too high, they get popped eardrums and then they have a negative stress effect from it, which is what happens with the high pressure vent. But realistically, even if I had high pressure vents here, it wouldn't make a difference because we're not at max pressure. Could you drip water for the top rather than run a pipe all the way down to the far right? Because or will that drip on the dupes? Dripping water does not seem to drip on them, so I probably could like try to build a channel here to let it flow and then dump down here. Probably, yeah. We probably could do that. But I already have piping and everything already set up. Yeah, I probably could do that. We're gonna want to tap into the water over here anyway. That was an interesting sound effect. I love the sound when they eat. It's just so messed up. We'd have to build a channel that goes like right above this thing. So like, if we built a ladder here, we'll have to dig through here. See, actually, there we go. If I cut it off here, then we can dig a little tunnel from over here, like so, and then over to here. So we can get the water over that way instead of pumping it. It's what we're probably going to find though is that we're going to leave remnants the whole way along. We'll have to mop up, and then I'll want to move this this bottle emptier over to here. So if we go to plumbing, we can stick one right here ahead of time. That will take care of that. Mosse is a ghost. No, he's haunting us. It's like 2 Point Hospital. He's died off, and now he's going to haunt us for a while. Somebody send the janitor. TGP, $2 super chat. Can you show Skinny Pete where his bed is now? Vitals. Oh, Skinny Pete, where his bed is. Right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Skinny Pete, you're over here. There's Skinny Pete right there. He's got a very nice, comfortable bed. It's made out of granite. You've got decor statues and stuff around, so it's great. And you've got a friend like right next door. There's Moss A. The two of you are kind of hanging out together now. Have a good night, Charles. Thanks for coming out. Beep boop beep boop. I want all this stuff done. Give me. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Oh, Just realized I forgot wiring over there. We need electricity or that pump's not really going to do a whole lot of good for us. It's just going to kind of hang out. So let's run this all over here. That's a lot of wire. A lot of wire and a lot of metal. There we go. Oh, it's funny. They actually built the pump down there. I didn't think they could reach down that far. That's more than 2 tiles down. How did they do that? Duplicate escape artist. Boy's got mad skills. Oh, you're too sweet. Got a nice concrete pillow and everything. It's great. You have some polluted water on the top right. You can do the path you were just looking at. Yeah, so that's what I was going to pump it, but you're right. With a couple pockets up here, I can actually tap into this water also when send it down the same way. So a couple things we can do there anyway. I kind of want to drain up here anyway because this is where I'm going to build my hatch farm. Hatch ranch, whatever. That's where the hatches will live at any rate. If they finish the floor here, we might actually have a Drecko farm soon. What happened to all the Dreckos that I wrangled? Nobody dropped them off? We have a rancher, right? Dualfin, yeah, we got Dualfin. Dualfin, what are you doing, buddy? I'm gonna try one at a time. See if they actually dropped them off. Or if they wrangled them in the first place. I mean, they see the wrangle logos are gone, so they must have been wrangled at some point, but then maybe they just got left there long enough they broke loose. I suppose that could be it. We're gonna need wiring in here. Oh man, we're out of iron again. Send this in here. Bloop. We're out of iron, but we have lots of iron. Wait, I'm gonna wait for them to build the floor, then I'm gonna tell them to dig the iron out of there. Otherwise, I'm gonna trap them and we're gonna get some more deaths. You died very typically, if I remember right. Cryptic took away your way to get home. I think that was probably it. Yeah, it was really early on, actually. Was it last stream or the stream before? I think it was the stream before. And I think we, in the course of building stuff out, we left you stranded and you couldn't get back. So you kind of croaked. Am I gonna find dense puffs? I don't know. We don't necessarily need dense puffs anymore. We have the new machine now that we can actually create our own oxalite. We don't even need a puff to do it for us. And don't really have a really big use for it either. Truckers are wandering out because the floor is not built. Oh, that's, yeah, I guess that's what it is. They are dropping them in there. If they would finish that floor. Oh, did I run out of iron? Did I? I mean, I might have. Let's go. We'll just make sure. There we go. It's all good. I don't even need this ladder here. We can just tell them not to build it. They already built the ladders down below. Let's get sub-already 6 and all this wire. All this stuff. Give me all this junk. Build me all this stuff. Takes forever to build stuff in here. I have 18 duplicates. It still takes a really long time to get stuff done. Oh, it was in the cold. Oh, yeah, it was in the cold biome. That's right. So, Skinny Pete, you died way up here. You got trapped somewhere up here when we were building stuff. Why is there a Weezewort there? Let's go to our harvest. Harvest some of this wild sweet wheat here. Sleet wheat, rather. Man, this is actually a really... Excuse me, sorry. Man, lost my voice for a second. This is actually a really small cold biome here. All things considered. 18 dupes is not enough dupes. It's not! Once we get more food, I'm bringing more in. Just you wait. I want to get up to like 50. And then we'll have idle time like crazy. Why are you guys start? Oh, it's the break time thing again. Right. They only eat on break time. You know what? I don't know. I kind of want to give them all more break, but I also want them to work harder. I can't win. Die from running the vending. Oh, running from the vending machine to breathe when he was dying. Okay, maybe. Do duplicates die from old age? No, they don't. Fortunately, they'll live forever. But this is all like cycles are supposed to be days, so they don't. You're not really passing enough time for that to happen anyway. Even though the critters die of old age. Why are you sleeping on the floor? What's your deal? Who are you? BDS Empire. Does he not have a bed? Oh, maybe he's narcoleptic. Where is his trait? There we go. Nope, he's a loud sleeper. He's not narcoleptic. Why was he sleeping on the floor? I'm not working him that hard. The slave master. That's right. I'm like, just lay on the floor there and sleep. You have a bed, but you don't need to go to it. Terraform a swamp biome for more space. Yeah, well, I have two areas, right? I have, well, this over here is a little warm. If I can make space here then and cool it down, then that would work. Alternatively, over here, we could expand up here and create more space for duplicates to live. But it's really making sure we have enough food first and foremost, because we kind of tapped into the food a lot there. I see some more sleetweed over here, or not sleetweed, Pincha peppernuts over here. Just gonna dig all this out. I feel like I'm just waiting forever for this. Skinny Pete, $5 super chat. It's all good. Keep up the good work. Though, sir, yay, I died where I preferred the cold anyway. See you guys the next day off, whenever that is. Thanks, Skinny Pete. Appreciate the super chat. Thanks for coming by. They're invincible, Cryptic. They'll get bored of doing stuff over and over again for thousands of cycles. Yeah, yes, they will. Dupe died. Yeah, we've had 2 die. So Skinny Pete died, and we also had Moss die. Moss was the only one that died on the stream tonight, but we didn't have Moss pass away, unfortunately. He suffocated to death when we were making some adjustments over on the right-hand side of the colony, and then we had Skinny Pete died early on. There was a couple of streams ago, I think. This research is done. We're making good progress, at least. Good progress. All the research should be done before cycle 100. If I could just get this stuff done, I feel like I made real progress today. Real progress. Food continues to climb, which is good too. Yeah, we'll try not to have too much fun without you, Skinny Pete. Just put Mo on a break, bath, and sleep only schedule. Make sure he can't die. Yeah, hold on, let's do... So, if we do a vacation schedule... And we give him maximum downtime at the end of the day. So 5 is where you get the most boost. You know what, we'll give him like extra sleep time too. Go like this. He can take like extra time in the bath. Not that we have showers and stuff, although I really should have those. Alright, that can be Mo. So that'll give Mo the maximum morale. See, so is the downtime morale +4 versus +1 for downtime morale here, +2 there, +1 there, +1 there. Maybe it's +5 is the highest. No, I guess +4 is the most we can get out of it. So I was right. It's 5 cycles of down, or 5 segments of downtime gives a +4 morale boost, and that's the highest you can get. It doesn't matter if you add any more. If I ever looked at the details in the tombstone menu, I don't know. They used to have sayings on them, like this duplicate died in vain or whatever. Or do you mean like click in here, we're going to status. Somewhere here there used to be something that would have like the saying that was on the tombstone. And I think they got rid of it. It was just like they had like random sayings, and now they're gone, I think. I don't remember when they got rid of that, but it was quite some time ago. But you're nowhere squishable. It doesn't matter the boost. Fair enough. I want them to do something. People want to be productive with their time, you know? You don't want to just lay around doing nothing all the time. Build storage tanks now? Yeah, I mean, again, I don't necessarily have a good use for the storage tanks yet, but... I feel like this is complicated political commentary on capitalism. High safety for high super chats. Hey, just because they're on break doesn't mean they can't starve to death or suffocate, I guess. You may be able to skip a starvation message if you spread the downtime during the day, say breakfast, lunch, and dinner time. Yeah, potentially. Potentially. I wonder if they're not getting enough time to eat their fill also, and therefore they're not maybe getting back all the kilocalories that they could. Did I ever build that other exosuit? No, how is it saying we still don't have the material for that? It's right there. It's right there. Like, just go get the reed fiber. Too good for your home. Can't wait for trying some days. Puff's still on the wrong side of the door, is it? Well, the egg is anyway, yeah. Really should put like a storage down here somewhere I can put the egg in so we can drop it off. That one puffed. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Did a puff get all the way into the colony? No, doesn't look like it did. Okay. I just for a minute there was worried that one might have flown through this little airlock here because that little airlock doesn't keep them in. Put this, oh, come on, put this back on auto. Fertilization. We're not getting enough slime placement in here. It's like the sponsor system for the Hunger Games. Bigger sponsor, safer dupe. It's more like, yeah, it's like you're sponsoring your dupe, right? Like you're sending in supply drops and stuff for them. That's basically what's happening there. Oh, we have water movement. Hooray! Plants are doing things. They're not getting fertilized, but they're doing stuff. Growth halted for fertilizer. Well, at least some of them are growing. That's something. This needs to be deconstructed. Copy settings. There we go. Well, that's good. So they're getting there. They're finally making progress on that stuff. It took them a really long time, though. Yeah, we passed over the midnight hour, so we're gonna call it a wrap for tonight. Our colony's made some pretty good progress. I was kind of hoping to go after oil and stuff today, but I mean, I feel like setting up our crops and stuff and making sure our duplicates don't die is pretty important. So we do have a decent incoming flow of food now, and our kilocalories are climbing instead of dropping, so that's a good thing. We did get a chance to build up some additional farm space over there, which is great. We have 2 different farms set up for that now. I'll have to rename and redescribe the stream, I think, a little bit. Because we did all that farming stuff, but I think we made pretty good progress. Sorry for the duplicates that died off. That kind of sucks, but sorry, Moss. Appreciate everyone and the super chats tonight as well. Bo A, you're huge. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We're gonna be back on Thursday night with more Oxygen Not Included. I might be playing Graveyard Keeper tomorrow night as well. Also, I'll get that scheduled on the channel as well if that's something I'm going to wind up doing tomorrow night. That, again, will be probably at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm hoping next week to start switching back to my 9 p.m. time frame. 9 p.m. Eastern, so it'll be an hour earlier. If I can get that going once the kids are back in the routine back at school again, that'd be more feasible. But I really appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. If you are watching right now and you don't subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Make sure you come back and check out some more. The mods have been linking in the Discord a number of times, so you can go hang out with us on Discord as well and chat a little bit. But thanks again, everyone, for coming out. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time. And thanks, Demon Barber, for the $5 super chat right at the end. Appreciate that.